press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, how are you? So today I am here with you with the new chapter. The name of the chapter is Glimpses of India. So this lesson is going to be an interesting today. Why? Because we are going to see that some of the important tourist places which are more excited, which gives a more excited and some of the more information about our culture, India's culture, and particularly that state's culture. So in this lesson, it is divided into 3 parts, okay, like part 1, part 2 and part 3. You can see here. This lesson is consist of 3 stories. That is part first, a baker from Goa, then Kurk, second part, then third part is tea from Assam. Like it is, this lesson is consist of. Let's see about a meaning. Glimpses means brief look. Okay, brief look. We are going to see that India's important places which gives the more information to us. Okay, and it is one of the beautiful tourist place in the country. So let's begin with the first part, that is a baker from Goa. Okay, so here you can see a baker. So who knows and who not loves the bakery items, is it? We all are. Breads, cakes and like pies, everything we are loving about the bakery things. So do you know that how the bakeries, they have some past, they have some histories here regarding baker. You know, I'm going to tell you that about our history, India's history. So when Portuguese arrived to India, when they have came to India, so the first Portuguese that is came to India, that is Vasco da Gama. Do you know that? That is Calcutta. He reached to Calcutta and he belongs to Portuguese. So in that Goa, they made a colony in Goa and they have adopted that some of the cultures which they come from European countries and even in India. So it has followed, especially in Goa, is it? So we all are love to go to Goa, is it? So it is a most beautiful destination in our country, is it? Let's see that. So how these bakers plays an important role in Goan culture, in Goan society. So not only in the period of Britishers, during the period of Britishers, even today also, this culture, this tradition, the people of Goa, they are following it. Okay, so let's see about today's class. A baker from Goa. This is a pen portrait of a traditional Goa village baker who still has an important place in his society. So here the writer says, so who is the writer here? So Lucio Rodrigues, he was a writer of this part first, that is the story of a baker from Goa. Here, this is a pen portrait of traditional Goan village baker. Pen portrait means description of a village baker. Okay, so here in this first part, and has an important place in the society. So that bakers has important place in their society, in Goan society. So let's see how the writer is going to say about the Goan culture and what we are going to understand from this lesson. So this is the baker here. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. So here there is a new words. So underline the words and write down the meanings. Reminiscing, which means nostalgic. So thinking fondly of the past, okay, and the meaning of the reminiscing means remembering, okay, generally we can call them remembering. So they are here, writer is remembering about the history of Goa, okay, that is Portuguese who are ruled in a good manner. And those days, the Portuguese and the famous loaves of bread. So here writer is remembering about the Portuguese when they were ruled, and he is also remembering about the loaves of bread, okay, and it is too famous during that period. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the bakers are still there. Okay, so here writer says about the Portuguese. Here says those means Portuguese. Portuguese eaters of loaves. Okay, so they are loving to eat those bread. They were vanished. They were gone to their country. But still, the makers, they are present in Goa. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. Okay, so here writer says that the things which is used to prepare bread, that is bread mixer, dough molder. Okay, so still that is there. Okay, so that things are using to produce the breads. Okay, so let's see here the pictures of mixer. Okay, so this is the bread mixer. Okay, like that. So the baker, so what he is doing, so he put all the flour in that mixer, and he is going to make it as a dough. So next you can see this is a dough molder. Okay, this is a dough molder. So in that they made shapes in that dough. So these are the things are used, still present in Goa. Okay, so this is about here. Those age-time tested furnaces still exist. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. Furnaces is a kind of a fireplace which they put all the bakery products while for a baking. Okay, so that furnaces still it is present, although it was begin during the period of Portuguese, but still that furnaces it's present. Okay, then it was not extinguished. The fire has not extinguished. So that the writer saying here, the third and jingle of traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. So in this line, the writer used to say that here is a baker. So baker used to roam all over the lanes and street in Goa villages and in Goa. So they make a sound here that is called thud sound. Here is the word called thud means it's a sound. And jingle of a traditional baker's bamboo. Okay, so here I will show you the picture of traditional baker. Okay, so this is the traditional baker. So he used to take a stick that is in bamboo, and he has a basket. In that basket he carries all the breads, all the different kinds of breads. Okay, so it is a baker. So this picture is about a baker. So it is about a traditional profession. So they are used to follow it from a generation to generation. Okay, then heralding his arrival in the morning. Heralding means announcing. So that bakers used to carry those baskets, so with the help of bamboo, okay, on their shoulders, and they were announcing that they were appeared. How they were announcing? By making sound, like a thud sound, jingle sound. So they were put the jingles, during the eve of Christmas. So what kind of the decorated things they are using? That is jingles, the jingle bells. So they put it in that stick, okay, and they made a sound. And in the morning, so especially they were arriving, they are announcing that they came for selling the bread. So in the morning, early morning, can still be heard in some places. So still those bakers are roaming in the streets of Goa and announcing that they came to sell those bread. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. Their generation means their parents, their fathers, they will not present today, but the profession, that is the family business, that is the family profession, they are continuing their children. Okay, so that is the bakers. And these bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. Okay, padder is a Portuguese language used during the period of Portuguese, and usually we call them in English that is baker. Okay, so they are used in Goa at present now also. So they are used the word called padder, okay, more than baker. So that means it's a baker. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. So here the writer says, Lucio Rodriguez, he says here, during his childhood period, so these bakers will arrive in the early morning and they are a companion. So that bakers become a companion and they become a friend of these children. And he is guiding too. He used to come at least twice a day. So they were selling their breads and they were arriving to their home, okay, for the selling that bread. So that is twice a day. Once when he sat out in the morning on his selling ground, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. So they were roaming all over the city, all over the town and even the villages. So till then they will not finish their breads. Till then they will not go to their home. So at the evening they will empty their basket, then they will go to home. The jingle thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. So the jingling thud sound, so when they put that basket on the floor, they make a sound, that is thud sound and also jingle sound. So that gives woke up us from sleep. So here writer says that during his childhood, so how they will woke up in the morning, how they could wake up in the morning, so making the sound of this basket by the breaker. So from hearing those sounds, so the writer and the other children, they will get up in the morning. And we ran to meet and greet him. So they were happily they went and they go near to this baker and they were greeting him. That is wishing to this baker. Why was it so? Was it for the love of the loaf? So why they are so much of excited to see this baker? Why these children are very excited? They are surprised to see this. Is it because for the love for the loaf of bread? No, actually no, not at all. The loaves were bought by some paskin or pastin, the maid servant of the house. What we longed for were those bread bangles which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make. So here writer says that during his childhood, he is eagerly waiting for this baker. Why? Because not for the love of bread. Because he want some different kind of a bread. So here, so what is the kind of bread that? So here it is. So this is a bangle shaped bread. So usually they will make a special taste, give a special taste because it is prepared with the sweet sugar. So it gives a sweet in taste. Because for that reason they are eagerly waiting for the baker. Okay, and so in their home, here the word called paskin or bastin. So they are the maids. Actually they are bringing the breads to their homes. They are the servant. Okay, but actually they are waiting for this bangle shape of bread because it is made up with the sugar. Okay, and it gives a sweet in taste. And here bangle shaped, here it is called as a kankon bread. Okay, why it is called as, literally it is a Konkani language. You know, in Goa they are speaking in a Konkani language. So in Konkani language, so that is called as a kankan. So kankan is the word which is used for this shape of bread. Okay, that is in bangle shape. And you know that, so how it is looking like? So it looks like a donuts. So you all know this. So we all are love about the donuts, is it? The chocolate donuts. So it is a shape of donuts. Then let's move to further paragraph. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the chang chang sound of his specially made bamboo stuff. Okay, so here baker, how they were entering into the lanes and into the streets by making the musical sound with the call as chang chang sound. Okay, and it was made by the bamboo stuff. So I have told you. So with this picture you can see that bamboo he has used on the shoulder. So with that he made a sound. Okay, that is jang jang sound. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other hand packed the bamboo on the ground. Okay, so in one hand he used to support to the bamboo, and another hand he just packed means put it on the ground. While making sound, he used to do the act. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then places his basket on the vertical bamboo. Okay, so he will wishes to the each and every ladies who used to go out to purchase this bread. Okay, he used to greet them. So he says that good morning. Then and the wickets would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. Okay, so rebuke means here an expression of disapproval. So when the children were gathered, they all when this baker arrived to the streets and also near the home. So what they used to do, the children are gathered near the baker, and suddenly when the people, when their family, they used to go out and they will, the elders are, when they go and they will purchase their breads, so they will rebuke. Rebuke means that is called, they will give an expression that to disapproval. Okay, so they were just pushing them to those children, and loaves would be delivered to the servant. Okay, so that loaves, the bread loaves were delivered to the servant, not to the children. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or a parapet and peep into the basket. Okay, and somehow. So then also when the elders were pushing them to move aside, so when the baker was arrived, but still this writer and the children, they were not going to stop their behavior. So what they do? So they are eagerly, they are wanted to look into the basket. And what the act they are doing here? So they will climb on the bench, otherwise to use the parapet. Parapet means a low protecting wall along the edge of a roof. So from that parapet, they are peeping into the basket. Okay, so this is. Then, and I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. So that fragrance, the scent. Okay, so because that breads are freshly made breads. Okay, so that's why it gives a fabulous fragrance. So that gives a fantastic what called aroma to the children. Even today also the writer, he can recall that the smell that called scent, and also loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth. Okay, so here the writer says a baker prepared, that is bread for the youngsters, and bangle shaped bread for the, that is konkan bangle shaped bread for the children. Okay, so then loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush. So how they were rushing to meet this baker to see the bangle shape of bread. So they were not brushing their teeth. So like that they were rushing to see this baker. Our mouths properly, and why should we do? And why should we? We would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush. So here writer says that why we should care about brushing our teeth. Okay, so during that days, so we used to take not, it is like a toothbrushes what we are using nowadays. Okay, so it is using with the sticks, and that is the mango sticks. Okay, mango leaf stick. So from that they used to brush their teeth. So why they are giving a trouble to themselves? Okay, to brush the teeth. And why was it necessary at all? So is it necessary? It is need to brush the teeth with that mango leaf. So if we do that, we need to pluck that leaf from the mango tree. So we should not trouble to ourselves. So here writer used to say like that. The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. So here the writer used to compare brushing teeth with the animals. So animals, they will brush their teeth, that is tiger. No, they are not brushing their teeth. Okay, so they were eating, they are living in a forest, in a jungle. So why should we also do that? Okay, so how we are clean our teeth? By drinking the hot tea, and also clean up nicely with that hot tea. So it will be a fine. So let's move on to the further paragraph. Children, I hope that you are understanding with the visualizing of these images. Okay, here marriage gifts are meaningless without sweet bread known as bowl, just as party or as a fest. loses its charm without bread. Okay, so here the writer used to say the another important thing of bread, how much the bread is important in a Goa culture. So during the time of marriages, so the gifts, when they were giving a gifts, so that giving a gifts is a meaningless without a bread. Okay, and that bread is called as a bowl. Just as a party or a fest loses its charm without bread, even though if it is any party or any fest or organized, so it is becomes charmless. There is no charm in that party without breads. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. So for a village of the in the village of the Goa, so they are very important. The bakers are very important image. They're having a good reputation in their villages. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion for her daughter's engagement. Okay, so here the writer used to say the another important thing which is related to the bread. Okay, so here the ladies, whenever their daughter's engagement were organized in Goa, so especially they were made the food with the bread, that is the sandwiches. Okay, and cakes and bolians are the most for Christmas as well as other festival. So cakes and bolians is a coconut cookies. Okay, so that cookies and also the cakes are very that gives a very important event. Means without these two, so the Christmas Eve it will be a nothing. So they need it. It is must and they have to get it that. Thus the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. Even today these bakers are very important in Goan culture. Okay, and also especially in villages of Goa, and they need the furnaces. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as kabai. So this is a traditional dress. Actually another traditional dress here. So the bakers are utilizing during the time of Portuguese, that is it is a frock kind of a dress. Okay, so it is using, so that dress is called as a kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching to the knees. So that frock, it is a single piece and it is reaching to the knees. So that is a kind of a bakers, that is kind of a dress which is used to wear by bakers. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. So whatever the kabai, the writer used to say here, it is before his generation. Okay, but when he was a child, he has looked this baker. So they wore the shirts and pant, and how they wore the pant, that is 3/4 pant. That is not a full length pant. It is a short length pant. We can call it as a 3/4 pant. Okay, even today anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a padder. Even today in Goa, if any person is used to wear the half length pant, so they used to call it as a padder. Okay, he has dressed like a padder, like a baker. So I have told you, padder means it is a Portuguese language, the word which is used in a Portuguese language, that is called padder. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. So how the bakers are collecting their amount from the customers? So at the end of the month. Okay, so they have to keep a records. All the bakers, they should keep a records, and at the end of the month they have to collect it from their customers. It means that they have to supply their bread to their customers regularly. So they are fixed. Those customers are fixed. Okay. So then monthly accounts, and how they are keeping records? By writing on the walls. Okay, so baker used to write in the walls. Baking was intense, profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. So in olden days, it is a quite professional and also wealthier job. Okay, so that gives a good money. They can earn a good money in this profession, and the family never starved. Starved means the lack of food. The family will be prosperous with food and also with money. He and his family and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. So baker and his family and also the servants, they are happy with the money and with the food. So there is no shortage of money and there is no shortage of food. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. So here you can see the image of baker. So that here the writer describes the figure of a baker. It is a plum. Okay. So plum, it shows that it is a proof. The proof, what is the proof? Means, so they are living a life prosperously. Okay. Happily they are leading a life. Even today, any person with jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. So how the jackfruit is appear? Like this shape, is it? So likewise, the writer used to compare a baker of Goa to a jackfruit. So how they are looking? They are fat. Plum means fat. They are fat in their physique. So how they look like? They look like a jackfruit. Okay. So this is about a story. That this is a part first. So here we are looked over the Goan culture. Then we are see that how the bakery products are it's very important for a Goa and the people of Goa. And how the writer is fascinating about the bakery things. Okay, that is the Konkan bangle. Okay, that is the bangle shaped bread. So it is remembering all those things which is related to his childhood. So this is about today's class. I hope that you have understood with the visualized by the images. Okay, so I hope that you all are understood, and all of you stay at home, keep learning. Thank you all.